The night was hot and muggy on the SS Kitty Hawk as tensions among the sailors boiled over. The white sailors had been drinking heavily, and their racist taunts had grown increasingly vile. The black sailors had tried to ignore it, but eventually, they could take it no longer. As fists flew, chaos erupted across the deck of the ship. It was a sea of arms and legs, punches and kicks. The white sailors seemed to have the upper hand at first, their sheer numbers overwhelming the smaller group of black sailors. But the black sailors were not to be underestimated. They had trained together and knew how to work as a unit. They began to fight back, taking on the white sailors with an intensity that caught them off guard. One black sailor, a burly man with rippling muscles, charged forward, taking down anyone in his path. His fists were like sledgehammers, each blow landing with a sickening thud. Another black sailor, a wiry man with lightning-fast reflexes, moved like a dancer, his movements fluid and precise as he took on 2 or 3 white sailors at once. The white sailors soon found themselves on the defensive, struggling to fend off the relentless attacks of the black sailors. They were outnumbered, outmatched, and outclassed. As the battle raged on, a crowd of sailors gathered around, cheering on their respective sides. It was a brutal, bloody affair, but the black sailors were determined to come out on top. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the white sailors began to back down. The black sailors had won the fight, and they did so decisively. Bruised, battered, and bloodied, they stood tall, their heads held high in victory. The SS Kitty Hawk Riot would go down in history as one of the most epic ass-kickings in naval history, a testament to the bravery and resilience of the black sailors who refused to be bullied into submission. Greetings, my fellow history buffs. Today, we're going to dive into the wild and unruly story of the badass brothers of the SS Kitty Hawk Riot. A story that is as fascinating as it is harrowing, a tale of resistance and defiance against an oppressive system. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to go on a ride. It all started on a fateful day in the summer of '67, aboard the USS Kitty Hawk, an aircraft carrier that was serving in the Vietnam War. The ship had just pulled into port in San Francisco, and tensions were running high. The black sailors aboard the ship were fed up with the rapid racism and discrimination they faced on a daily basis, and they decided that enough was enough.
The black sailors aboard the SS Kitty Hawk were facing an incredibly hostile environment. They were routinely subjected to racial slurs, insults, and physical violence from their white counterparts. They were also denied opportunities for advancement and treated as second-class citizens.
So they took matters into their own hands. On the night of October 12, 1967, the black sailors of the SS Kitty Hawk staged a full-blown riot. They ransacked the ship, smashing windows and equipment, setting fires, and engaging in violent altercations with their white counterparts.
It was chaos, man. We were tired of being treated like dirt. We wanted to make a statement and show that we weren't going to take it anymore. So, we let loose and went on rampage.
The riot lasted for several hours, and it took the intervention of the military police and local law enforcement to finally quell the uprising. In the end, 46 sailors were injured, and 26 were arrested.
The SS Kitty Hawk riot was a watershed moment in the history of the U.S. Navy. It forced the military to confront the issue of racism and discrimination head-on and led to the implementation of new policies aimed at improving race relations within the armed forces.
The badass brothers of the SS Kitty Hawk Riot showed incredible bravery and defiance in the face of oppression. They risked everything to make a statement and fight for their rights, and their actions paved the way for future generations of black sailors and service members. So, let's raise a glass to the fearless crew of the USS Kitty Hawk and let their legacy live on forever.